head to efl.org.au. The Eastern Football League, local footy at its best. A new time and a new team, driving you home in 2016. Join a brand new lineup for The Huddle as the gang take a light-hearted look at the Eastern Football League every Friday night. More importantly, the team will reveal the ins and outs for this week's round of matches. The Huddle, 4:30 to 6:30 every Friday evening as you love it local.
Probably amongst my friends, I'm known for my sense of humour.
So people know me for my laid-back attitude.
I work too much and I play too much sport, and I'm a fantastic mum.
Am I striking good look?
Welcome back to Tormore Reserve Boronia. Third quarter is underway here. Boronia 4-5-29, trailing Ferntree Gully 7-6-48. These sides both in contention for finals this year in Division 3, and it's been a great second term. At quarter time is a 3-point lead to the Hawks, but 4 goals, 6 from Ferntree Gully in that second term has kicked out to a 19-point lead, as Boronia only could get 1 goal in that second term, and it could have been a bit more in terms of Ferntree Gully. Boyle kicked 3 goals in the first term, the spearhead, and he had 4 misses in the second term to have 3-2, 1 falling short and 1 on the full. But it's Boronia getting the free kick on the wing, grandstand side of Tormore Reserve, and the mark now taken by Hannon at the half forward, close to the boundary line. He goes inside the corridor, floating kick, has a man on the open, and it gets to him out in the full. So it is a mark in the pocket for Boronia to have the first shot at goal within the first 90 seconds, and it's in the hands of Lachlan Watson.
That's a much better start from Boronia, something they really struggled to do in that second quarter, but much more direct route to goal, and this will be just the start they needed to get them back into this game.
They definitely need to get a good start in this third term. They trail by 19. Watson from the pocket pulls the kick, never recovers, and it's out to left for a minor score. 4-6-30, trailing Ferntree Gully 7-6-48. Waiting for the ball to come back into the hands of Crow to kick it out. So status of the game, guys, in the special comments. What's your thoughts?
Look, Ferntree Gully looking much the goods at this stage, but this quarter's really, I mean, the third quarter's always the crucial quarter, isn't it? But a lot's going to be told at three-quarter time whether or not Boronia can get themselves back into this game. On the evidence of what we saw in that second quarter, you'd say no, but, you know, we'll just have to see what happens.
Still only a 3-goal game, as now Crow's got it in hand at fullback, looking what's ahead. It goes out to his left and kicks it long to outside 50 and close to the boundary line. There was a holding potentially in that marking contest. Boronia, though, were free to play on, and on the outer side, the bounce of the ball eludes Lachlan McKernan, and it goes out of bounds 50 metres around from the Hawks' goal.
It's been an interesting start to this quarter from both the ruckmen. They've just been wrestling the whole time and actually haven't touched the ball at any point. It just happened again, so
A bit of a stalemate.
See, here we go again.
Yeah.
Didn't even touch it.
That's right, but Boronia are good outside the pack. Quick kick by White, gets a bit of distance, but no mark taken for Boronia, and it's been punched around like a volleyball. There's no net, but we play on here as Ferntree Gully get wrapped up as they went a bit backwards, and it's 40 metres out for another ball up. So it's a slow start to this quarter, but we see how quickly Ferntree Gully were able to build momentum in that second half of the second quarter to establish this lead. And they've got to do some defending for now. Rapasada tries to get out. He pinballs his way through some tackles, and he eventually throws the ball when he was tackled. And it's going to be a turnover free kick going the way of Gray, who's been one of the stars. Gray's got a short option from the lead, and spearing onto it, or racing onto it, is Kennedy. Kennedy takes the mark at half back, long kick down the line. Boyle just stops and props to see it try to bounce into his hands, but it doesn't do so. Needing support, but it's Rutherford who gets the hand pass backwards and out in the open. Boronia go from half back to half forward. Getting underneath it was Hannon. And at ground level, Gray kicks it off the ground and it pinballs back to his feet, but he didn't know about that when it came back to him on the second time. Now the kick into the middle for Boronia sets up Henderson, who's trying to wheel his way out and finds Johnson out in the open on the wing. But he's been told to play on by the umpire just after he decided not to. So the quick play on means that Boronia have to rush the ball into the forward line where Ferntree Gully set up quite nicely. Morrison helping out the big man, and finally they'll clear to a contest though, and coming in the front, nearly marking was Burgess, brings it to ground for Boronia, and the short pass done by Henderson finds Hannon Well, sorry, Collins outside 50. So Collins at centre half forward. Takes the mark about beyond 50. Can he kick the goal that gets them back in the game?
He's had a bit of the ball early in this third term too. He's been relatively quiet in the first half, so hopefully he might be able to be the one to get him back in.
He was not having a shot, and that was well disguised because he found an option in the middle, drifting in to take the mark. Boronia will have the next shot at goal from within 40 instead of outside 50, and it's going to be Robertson who takes the kick at goal.
Yeah, just having a bit of a snooze there, the Ferntree Gully defence. Gray made a despairing effort, but it was too late.
So this is going to be a big kick in terms of momentum and having this game to close to a 2-goal game. You think the home team will get back into it at one stage. If they can convert their opportunities, it'll only be a 12-point margin. It looks straight off the boot. Has it got the journey just as Morrison despairingly marked it too far behind the goal line. And it's a goal to Boronia. 5-6-36, 12 points behind Ferntree Gully, 7-6-48.
This is one of my concerns at half-time, was that Ferntree Gully weren't actually up enough. If I was the Ferntree Gully coach, I want them to be up by 40 points after such a really solid first half of football. And now the Boronia are only a couple of kicks away after having a fairly ordinary first half, but they just look like they've got the skill and the run to get themselves back into the game, as their position on the ladder would indicate. So it'll be interesting to see.
Rucks go out at Morrison again. He roves his own rucking and he spoons the hand pass out, but Goodman couldn't get onto it, or did, and gets tackled straight to the ground. So doing well that time was Bolton, and McKernan rushing to stop Goodman going forward. Rucks wrestle their way through it, allows the Rovers just to burst through the pack, and that's Bolton trying to bounce through the ball. He's pushed it forward about 30, runs onto it inside 50, grabbing it on the wing at the start, and now he gets the turnover ball, but gets some help as McKernan grabs the ball close to the line. He's bursting his way through the pack, works it into the middle with Robinson, the goal kicker, just couldn't get onto the ball. It's now in the hands of the Hawks, trying to claim it at half forward, but the numbers are with Ferntree Gully as well now, and they come in tackling hard and keeping a stoppage at half back.
I know I sound like a bit of a broken down record, but Boronia looks so much better whenever Jess Bolton gets involved. He really does spark them. He needs to get heavily involved if they're going to get back in this game.
He was probably smart not to grab the ball when he was pushing it forward.
High throws it up. Rucks went with a bit of a fresh air shot. Strong tackle by Billy Morrison. Everything was okay. McKernan came in over the top. He was trapped by Sam Goodman, and let's have a bounce. Right in front of the Boronia bench, and Peter Brown and co. Good crowd out here at Boronia today. The car park's packed. Big luncheon for Beyond Blue.
I had to park about 500 metres up the road. I had a taxi into my car.
Well, you should have got the VIP escort that we got.
If you or anyone you know are tackling anxiety or depression, make sure you get them onto beyondblue.org.au, a fantastic organisation helping many, 1,000 Australians enjoy their lives. We've all got the blue armbands on today. The players are wearing the blue socks. It's a great thing for the Eastern Football League to be involved in as Gray hits the deck. Great work by Wayne Brasher, delivering 10 hot dogs and then going back for a bottle of sauce. You can just see you walking in front of the caravan now.
I thought you were going to say going back for another 10.
Kavara couldn't quite take the mark. Good tackle though by Kavara. Second effort was fantastic, and he's been rewarded as well. No, I'm happy with that, and it should have been a 25-metre penalty as well.
I thought he was going to get pegged for in the back.
Garrity went over the man on the mark there, but the umpire didn't see it. Quick kick up towards the boundary line, knocked over and out. Good spoil there by Harry Burgess, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in.
You're about to drop the headset, aren't you, BWS? You want to get that hot dog in the mouth?
No, I'm okay. I've got them for everybody else, mate, as the ball comes back into play. Swinging around now is Gray, probably one of the best players on the ground at the moment. Ferntree Gully, big fly there by Noops, couldn't trap it on the chest. Nice handball out wide there by Smythe. He found Kavara inside forward. 50 he goes. What a strong mark leap. Wow. And then he hit some wire as well on the fence. Well, I think he's picking himself up. He'll be okay.
He can smell a goal.
I tell you what, that's a good reach as well. Geez, he's got good jukes, doesn't he?
It's a great mark, but boy, his head hit that fence really hard. But he's all right. He's back on his feet. He's going to do pretty well to kick this. So have to be a big banana, I'd say. Looks like he's that's what he's setting up for.
It's his goal-kicking end.
Well, he missed some easier shots in the second term. He had four goes at it, but he kicked 3 straight from this end. What can he do now? Oh, it's a beautiful kick. He loves this end. He can't do any wrong. 4 goals on the board now for Lee Boyle for the Ferntree Gully Football Club, and they just creep out a little bit further. Some extra breathing space on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They are 8 goals, 654. Boronia 5-6, 36.
Interestingly, I saw him start that quarter up at centre half forward, and I thought, oh, maybe Peter Farrell said, mate, you're not kicking straight, so we'll push you up to centre half forward and put Noops back at full forward. But he's found his way back down there, and he has done the job again. So liking that far end a lot better than the pavilion side end today.
Ferntree Gully 3 goals ahead, 4 goals to their spearhead in Boyle, and a free kick out of the ruck contest goes the way of Boronia. It won't be Henderson. He'll receive the hand pass, has to dodge around the man on the mark from the centre circle. He loads up a long kick, goes all the way to the scoreboard end. No mark taken. Robertson at ground level picks the ball up, puts it on the boot, bounces it through. What a good goal, Robertson. 2 for the quarter. Magic play. Boronia 6-6-42. Ferntree Gully 8-6-54. We've got a game on our hands.
Just what you need as a coach when you've just conceded a goal. You'd be disappointed, the Boronia bench, but that's a fantastic reply, heading straight back. Terrific goal, and it just keeps them in touch.
Exciting football. We knew it was going to be close out here today. Fantastic stuff. Just waiting for the ball to come back in now. Back in the centre, 15 great games as you go local for your footy today. Barry Cott's right across the score centre, still waiting for one from Blackburn and Norwood. If you're out there today, keep us abreast of those scores. It's an important one. As the ball hits the deck once again, another bounce. Nathan Allen on the bottom of the pack, picking himself up, as is Simon Godfrey. Henderson just asking a question of the umpire in the ruck contest with Billy Morrison, and well, he asked if he could have a free kick by the sounds of things, because he got one in the end, so a short one over the top. He finds Allen on the right boot, sends the ball forward, reaching really strongly there and couldn't pull it in was Farrell, but a free kick has been paid and it's going the way of the Eagles, and the ball's in the arms of Halo. On the right boot, short passes on. It was risky. Little handball out wide there by Cox. Got it away that time. It was Urin, sorry, in the it wasn't Halo, it was Urin. And yeah, Urin once again, 3 touches in a matter of a minute. Kicks the ball out wide. The foot race ensues. Jesse Smythe is chasing after it. It needs to sit up for him. It does, this way, that way. Wanted to swing around on the left. Oh, very classy on the right boot now. Goes up towards the half forward line, and getting down and taking a strong mark there was Harrison McAlee. So
he was like a lolly shop selling candy.
He wants to swing around on the right boot and go inside forward 50. A big crunch there. Kennedy was there at the fall of the ball. Nicely done, that little handball over the top. In there is Simon Godfrey. He got dispossessed of the football, hits the deck, and we will have a bounce.
Really dangerous in that position, Simon Godfrey.
So it's a ball up. It's in the forward line of Ferntree Gully's end. Boyle standing at full forward, waiting for the next opportunity. Rucks go at it, but at ground level, it's Boronia roving it off the pack. The clearing kick was a bit of a grubber, but it rolls itself out of bounds on the outer side. Half back, closer to the wing actually, as Boronia try to clear their end. Ball thrown back into play. Morrison versus Henderson. It's been a good battle. I think Morrison around the grounds had the win so far.
I agree with you there, definitely, Gav.
And even in the ruck, he's just a smart proposition. So it's a ball up from that ball in, resulting as a bit of a neutral effort as Morrison goes in, wins it to ground level. He's got the Rovers there to kick it into centre forward. The bouncing ball just goes over the top and leaves Russo in the wake as Boronia get it to centre forward. Pushing off is Collins, gets a long leading effort. Nice mark on the lead from centre forward to full forward. And it was actually Hannon getting it to centre forward and gets it to Collins, who gets it to the other Hannon. So it went from Luke Hannon to Collins into Josh Hannon's hands on the lead at full forward and having a shot from 40 metres out. Looking to close the gap to 6 points. Long kick from 45 metres out. Doesn't quite get the distance, does it? No, play on. chance of the full ball hit the post. Roving effort from Watson. He had a good opportunity as the kick got short from Hannon, and it's a minor score, 11-point game. Boronia 43, trailing Ferntree Gully 54.
Having a really good game, the Hannon boys, Josh Hannon and the other Hannon as well, whose name just escaped me for the moment, but they're both playing. Luke Hannon, both playing really well.
Well, the ball's going.
It's going to be a ball up for an
back
encroachment.
inside.
Encroachment of the kick out.
Don't see that often, do you? And another chance.
It's a bad error.
Another chance for Boronia here. To
Oh,
get
there's
it
a chance.
down. Oh, that is a kick out of nowhere, up and under by Rapisada. He almost marked his own football in the end. Well, he almost didn't, but it went out of bounds on the full.
He had to jump the fence to do it, but he nearly did.
So it'll be
I think
the
he got
Eagles.
such a surprise that it just fell into his hands. I don't think he was expecting it.
Big reach out wide.
And the other part is it hit the fence, nearly knackered him as it bounced off the fence.
So still about 60 metres out from the Hawks goal line. Trailing this game by 11 points. By 9 points, I should say. Pye throws it in. A bit of holding once again. So these rucks are annoying each other at the moment. Morrison and Henderson. And Henderson's the one winning out. Second free kick in 5 minutes on the right boot. Sloppy in its approach, but it might have hit the target. Jaden Collins just went, thank you very much. It was a floater if ever you've seen one. And he will have a shot from probably just outside the 50 here, but he looks like he's going back and he'll have a crack. And why wouldn't you? It's the grandstand end. The faithful are down that end. They're going to get behind him. He'll come in now. He'll wind up on that left boot. Well, he keeps it straight and he keeps it perfect. That's an absolutely beautiful weighted goal. So Boronia on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard are within 5 points. 49 plays 54. Collins gets his first of the afternoon. And let's cross down boundary side to Tim Collins.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a massive breeze out here.
Tim Collins, Tim Fitzsimons.
Thanks for that one. Yeah, you'd think there'd be a massive breeze down here since quarter time. I think both sides, Ferntree Gully in the second quarter, were able to trap the ball down there for most of the quarter. And this quarter, Boronia, obviously Ferntree Gully weren't able to capitalise on their dominance, and now Boronia are making the most of the fact that they're still in the game.
Good work, Colo. That's your new nickname.
Well, he's the boss. As Ferntree Gully got torn off the ball and Hannon claims it, gets it running through the hands of White. White drives it long to the goal square, but Ferntree Gully hold up nicely, taking a deep mark there is top at the top of the goal square. Takes a relieving mark, goes out to the wing, but his kick's going to find Hannon, and Luke Hannon will load up again. Is he going sideways off the mark? Is the man on the mark encroaching? The umpire says come back 5 metres towards the boundary and we'll start again. Shorts on. There's Robertson. Kick 2, plays on quickly, rushed effort, bad effort in the end, and Ferntree Gully turnover. If it gets over the back, the 1 versus 3 will win out for the Eagles. Is that on the full as the player was pushed into it, being Burgess?
Pick on someone your own size, mate.
And Boronia think that was a bit of a dangerous effort, pushing Burgess into the fence, sort of, but not really by Smythe.
I think Billy Morrison's getting a bit frustrated. They've done a bit of a negating job on him in this quarter. Not so much dominating, but they're just keeping him out of the game, and he's getting frustrated. Henderson doing a great job.
As Morrison won the tap into his own arms, and then he gets swamped, and he's been tackled high. I thought he got tackled high, but it was so many numbers around it, the umpire couldn't see what happened, and Morrison is...
He definitely copped one on the head.
Yeah, because his head went into so many tacklers, it's not surprising. And his head was actually, he's rolled over his head, somersaulted his body over his head as he was on the ground, so that would be very awkward neck and head now. So it's a bit of a Cirque du Soleil sort of effort, but he gets up, and plays on. And now play on goes through Goodman. Goodman just kicks it forward and he finds a teammate Aitken on the bounce. They nearly got out in the open, did Ferntree Gully. They dropped the ball when they had it, and Hannon might turn it over. Big bump on Hannon. Now a big tackle. That was a bit dangerous in the end, the run over tackle. But the umpire says, play on, boys. Is that a deliberate hand pass? Yes, it is. And the crowd are up and about. It's getting physical, and now the fans are getting louder as White got a little bit lost on the wing and hand passed it straight out, and Morrison gets the free kick. He might have got a little bit earlier. So the kick finds a teammate inside. Barton Smith goes backwards as they try to do a switch. Will the switch through Di Donato go again, or will he come back grandstand side? He stops of all options, and he just kicks it as long down the corridor as he can. Contest between Aitken and Collins. Goes the outer side now where Boronia claim it. And the kick goes into the corridor for Rapisada to mark it. He's got another short on. It's a dangerous one. Turnover punch comes in from Morrison. Godfrey, sorry. And Godfrey gets it long. And it might be a turnover goal as they fly from 45 metres. Missed the shot was Russo.
No, it's gone through.
I didn't
It's done it wrong.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Everyone was deluded by the bounce. The goal umpire had for a second look like I did. Russo's kick was going to miss by all but the bounce. Look at this on the replay. Oh, amazing.
Shane Moore, eat your heart out there.
So Russo kicks his second, and that's a good one for Furniture Gully as they now lead by 11 again.
They put that one down to Godfrey, boys and girls. Of course, it was a terrific. He won the ball in the middle, terrific work, and got it forward. No, had a bit of luck at the end, but great play by Godfrey.
Read it beautifully. It's nice to watch him this season and not want him to not do well, like I did last year as a supporter watching against Furniture Gully. He's a very talented footballer.
If you're going to go for the corridor for short pass, you've got to make it stick, don't you?
100%.
By throws the ball up now. Rucks go at it. Came down, Morrison gave a push off, then knocked it back effectively to himself. Chris Cox was in there as well. We'll have another bounce. 11 points is the margin. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern is streaming live around the globe. EFL.org.au this afternoon. 16 great games as you go local for your footy. We picked a cracker.
I just feel like at the moment Furniture Gully are playing a little bit smarter than Boronia. Maybe it's the success from last season and the more mature heads, but they just seem to be a bit more composed and making better decisions under pressure.
Well, Wright went in hard there for the Hawks, got the handball out wide. That was good plays. McKernan did a little dribbler. That worked out okay for Allen this way, that way. Put his teammate under a fair bit of pressure there, but up to the challenge with McAlpine into the forward pocket, knocked away from Watson, and over the boundary line and out of bounds it goes, 50 metres out. Or probably a little bit closer, 40 metres out from the Boronia goal line.
Don't want to bag the guy out, but I probably am. That wasn't the greatest of hand passes from Allen. He gave it to a player who wasn't necessarily in a better position.
Still able to work the ball forward though, so they'll take it. A short throw in that time. Henderson over the top of Morrison, comes out, he's White for the Hawks, just kicks it into the hot spot. Who's going to stand strong? Nice fist from the back, came through, right on hands and knees. Can he release the football? No, he can't. Little handball over the top. This might work out okay for Donato. He got dispossessed. Once again, the ball's still alive. Picked up there by Allen. Snapped towards the forward pocket, over the back there. Patterson, he's not going to be the first one to meet it because the paint beats all players. Right there was Michael Top for the Gully, and he's happy to see it over and out. Bendigo Bank scoreboard 49-60. The home side trailing here, Furniture Gully 9-6, 60 to 7-7, 49. Lord Nelson, I'll throw in a Rexism just for your benefit there, Brett Beston, as the umpire will come in and bounce it about 40 metres out from goal. I was waiting for that one last week, so I needed to just get it off my chest as it comes out now.
And we're all very happy for you.
Yeah, it sounds like it as well. As it comes out, Jess Bolton swings around on the right boot in towards the full pocket. It stayed there for a few moments now. Goodman, little handball over. Good tackle by McKernan. And it's a big effort to bring Blizzard to ground because he is a big unit. The umpire will come in once again and bounce it.
This is much better from Boronia. They're doing to Furniture Gully what Furniture Gully did to them a little earlier in the match.
Brought back into play, I should say, is in the front spot. Hannon did well to get the front spot. He's kicked 2 goals today. Morrison goes charging after it. Got down low, paddled it in the path there of Kavaris, who got it away very cleverly to Goodman. And now the Gully are off and running along the wing position. Here's Boyle a long way out from goal. He's kicked 4 so far this match, up towards the half-forward line, towards the Noops direction. He couldn't quite pull the mark in, and over it goes for a boundary throw-in.
It's a really interesting few minutes of football, isn't it? I feel like it could go a long way into deciding the match this next probably 3 minutes or so.
Moved very quickly from the back line up to the half-forward line. Just waiting for the boundary umpire to catch up there. Umpire brings it in. Gully do have the numbers. Nicely done there by Kavari. Gets it away to Gray. Gray on the right boot to the top of the goal square. Which way will this bounce? Boyle, you beauty! He had no time at all, but he slammed it on his boot and he puts through number 5. Fantastic play there. His awareness around the goals is brilliant. His marking has been sensational, and he's going to go a long way in taking out the Tobin Brothers Player of the Day award this afternoon. 5 goals on the board to him. Ferntree Gully have 10-6, 66 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Boronia 7-7, 49. What an important goal that was.
It was good play by Boyle, but having said that, it was a bit of a Hail Mary, the kick forward. I mean, it was just kick and hope, and there was, what, 3, maybe 4 Boronia defenders back there, and somehow he got his hands on the ball and kicked the goal. So there'll be, once again, a bit of an inquest on that Boronia defence.
I think he knew if he got the distance, Boyle was out the back, and did just get over that pack of players you mentioned.
Boyle's obviously really quick because he's troubling everyone that's been playing on him.
So Boronia trying to get this centre clearance. They're fighting hard, and so are Ferntree Gully as the tackler, and the ball's been trapped right next to the centre circle where it was just balled up. It's now a restored lead from Ferntree Gully as Boronia and Ferntree Gully both kicked 3 goals since half time. But the last 2 to Ferntree Gully has restored their lead to 17. As Morrison, again, what a trooper.
Oh.
And his mate there in Cox, who claimed the ball out of the ruck contest, and got tackled as soon as he grabbed it. So it's still at the centre circle of Tormore Reserve. Morrison wins the tap forward, but it's been sharked by White, who's up and under kick, doesn't get too much distance in length, but it's roved by Bolton, who will drive the ball from centre forward. Got the leap at the back. He went the early leap. He took the mark, still did Rutherford. Patterson, sorry. And Patterson had all the positioning over his defender, had the back position, took the leap and took the mark as well.
Just 2 words for you boys. Jess Bolton again. He's my new love child.
So it's Patterson, who hasn't scored a goal this game.
Such a big kick this.
It is.
26.5 minutes gone in the third term. 17-point game before Patterson's
Beautiful.
kick. Now it's 11 points the difference. Straight through the middle. Spears it low through the goals. Boronia 8-8-55. Trailing Ferntree Gully 10-6-66. 27 minutes gone third term.
They're just hanging on, aren't they? They're just doing enough to stay in this game. But I just feel like they still just need to do a little bit more if they actually want to take the lead, which is obviously, that's why they're here. I'm not here to lose by 10 points, are they? They're here to win the game.
Yeah, you feel like it's been
You
feel like it's been Boronia's quarter, but they just, what Alana says is right. They get close, but then Ferntree Gully seem to get the next goal. So the next one really absolutely crucial.
Textbook set shot there by Jacob Patterson. What a beautiful release of the football that was. Great to watch. The ball back in the middle, handball over the top there by Goodwin, stolen low by Boronia up towards the half forward line, reaching out wide. There was Collins, couldn't get a handle on it. Elms did well to mop up and got the handball away to Gray. He's best on ground, there's no doubt about that. Kicks it out to Morrison. The big man had some space, but he just took a little bit too much time. Wormburner into the middle of the ground and was picked up there by Hannon. His handball went askew, and the Gully will be very happy that there's a ball up just inside the centre square, almost centre half forward for them. Quick restart here. Rucks go at it, Henderson. There was a fresh air shot by both, but Bolton came in, little handball over the top. He's right now on the right boot. Short pass was on, but his teammate just fell over at the crucial stage there, and Robertson picked up there by McAleese, has support. He'll go for the 1-2, buster tackle in towards the middle of the ground. They're fumbling around with it at the moment as a siren sounds. Boronia will be spewing about that. They were applying the pressure. They trail by 11 points at three-quarter time. An entertaining quarter where the Hawks came out and banged on a couple, and Ferntree Gully were able to challenge that one, square the ledger with the Hawks kicking the last of the term. It's game on out here at Tormore Reserve, Division 3 game day at its best, and it's an 11-point margin to the Ferntree Gully Eagles, 10-6-66 to 8-7-55. Lee Boyle has 5 majors for Ferntree Gully. Hasn't he been absolutely sensational today? And 2 goals to Michael Russo and Nick Noops. For Boronia, their major goal kickers are Ben Robertson and Josh Hannon. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe on efl.org.au. 15 other great games as you go local for your football today. Our one is game 16. If you're out of those games, keep the scores coming through for the final 30 minutes at Footy EFL via Twitter, because Barry Cotts, he's got his headset on and he's ready to go for the score centre. We'll have all those scores for you right after this.
Probably amongst my friends, I'm known for my sense of humour.
So people know me for my laid-back attitude.
I work too much and I play too much sport, and I'm a fantastic mum.
My striking good looks.
I can sing.
Do a lot of running and swimming and surfing.
My karaoke.
Getting overly passionate about sport.
I try to be there for everyone. I think that's what I would be known for in my group.
Be remembered for the great moments in your life. Find out more at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
Never miss out on the latest information on the Eastern Football League through the league's social media channels. Live updates, information and scores through the league's Twitter account. The latest news and views on Facebook. Don't miss EFL Game Day or the Match Footage Hub on YouTube. And all those happy snaps on the league's Instagram account. Simply search Footy EFL. Nothing better than a companion to keep you up to date with all the latest when you're at the footy. Better still, one that fits in your back pocket. The Eastern Footballer is a must-read. All the latest information, team lists, feature articles and much, much more. Pick up your copy this weekend as you love it local across the Eastern Football League.
Up the Mitcham Tigers! Down the Burners!
Let's go, Panthers!
What a mark! Let's go, doggies!
Tobin Brothers Funerals, serving all supporters in the Eastern Football League since 1934. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Radio Eastern 98.1, very Heights here in the EFL Game Day Score Centre out here at Toolmore Reserve in Boronia. The foot of the Dandenongs, as the Dandenongs is being bathed in sunshine for the last quarter. It's three-quarter time, and the score is Ferntree Gully 10-6-66 to Boronia 8-7-55. So 11-point lead to Ferntree Gully going into the last quarter, so a very interesting game indeed. Let's check some other scores we've got in EFL football this afternoon. Vermont 7-5-47 is leading Bourne 3-4-22 in that game. As we turn our attention to some Division 2 scores this afternoon of games being played, of course, a split round this weekend, so both teams in Division 1 and 2 are not playing. And in Division 2, it's Knox and Upper Ferntree Gully, and it's Knox 9-13-67 to Upper Ferntree Gully 3-6-24. Mitcham 10-14-74 to the Waverley Blues 8-6-54. So Mirrabart, Croydon, Mulgrave, Doncaster, East Wanturna, South and Lilydale not playing today. They'll be playing next week. In Division 3, and it's East Burwood and Scoresby. Last score we had was that East Burwood were ahead. Ringwood and the Baseman. Ringwood 14-6-90 to the Basin 5-3-33. Templestowe and Heathmont. It's Templestowe with a fair lead. Templestowe 8-3-51 to Heathmont 2-6-18. And Warrandyte and Churnside Park. It's Churnside Park 5-10-40 to Warrandyte 4-7-31. So a lead there to Churnside Park, the tune of 9 points. So interesting there. Forest Hill, Coldstream, Division 4, 14-5-89. Forest Hill, Coldstream 7-9-51. Let's check some AFL this afternoon, and very quickly we'll see that it's a very interesting game between Hawthorn and Geelong, and it's currently the 11-minute mark of the last quarter, and it's Geelong 12-9-81 to Hawthorn 10-12-72. And the other game this afternoon, very interesting game indeed, it's Port Adelaide and North Melbourne, and it's the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. It's Port Adelaide 14-8-92 to North Melbourne 5-3-33 as we cross to the back.